This cup is probably my favourite thing I've bought in forever. There's a bar down on the beach down here, and they sell these for £5 and you get 10% off if you reuse it and you go back to them. So it encourages you to not use plastic cups. Welcome to this week's video, guys. I would like to start off this week's video by saying that these t-shirts are still available and I'm going to be pushing them till the end of this month. So this is the last couple of weeks that you can grab one before I release or start releasing the next line of stuff. And you guys have been giving us all the support on the merch and the yellow bags, which are sold out, and soon to be these white ones. I have a very limited amount of these white ones. There was a plan with those, but that's going to change. I'll fill you in on that next week maybe. But if you would like to get yourself a t-shirt and support the final 4 weeks of this trip, all the cash that comes in from these t-shirts goes into trips. It literally goes into fueling the bus to meet you guys and to be in places like Brighton to meet you all. So if you fancy supporting the journey and helping people make music, et voila, these are your tickets. On with the video. I this week have really struggled to think about what to do because other than that update, I've just been solidly working on the album. So then I was like, well, that's why you guys are here, right? We're here for the album. So I have a tip and a trick, maybe one of each, on how the musicians of you out there that are watching this channel, I thought it'd be a good idea to leave the door open just for some fresh air. So I have a track open that I'm working on today called From Me to Yours, which is a piano ballad essentially with my good friend Lewis Canner singing on the song. I wrote the song initially thinking that I was the only person that was going to be able to sing the song because of the message. And in this particular song, I'd written a story about something super personal at the beginning of the tour, and I thought maybe I'm the only one that can sing this song. And then Lewis really connected with the song as well, and I really felt that he connected with it, so I was more than happy for him to take the lead and sing on this song. And essentially it's a piano ballad song, which I sometimes fear is not enough to keep people's interest. So today I've been tweaking and working on exactly how to make it more interesting, and I thought sharing that with you might be of interest to you guys that are maybe thinking about recording a piano ballad song or maybe a guitar ballad song, and you want to add some interest into the song. So I'm going to show you what I've done. It's super simple, but I think it makes such a difference, and hopefully you guys will agree. So let's get to it. Alright, so I'm going to show you the basic piano ballad form, then I'm going to show you the effects that I've done to it, and then I'm going to explain roughly how it's done. I am going to talk about a specific plugin called VocalSynth. If you guys don't have this plugin, keep watching the video because I'm hoping that this kind of thing will still inspire you in some other way, shape or form, and maybe think slightly out of the box in how to work on your own music. So do stick around. I'm going to make the actual plugin bit super short and sweet, so you get the overall vibe of what this song's going to sound like in the album and where my thought process is at. So to begin with, let me just play you a little bit of this actual song so you can hear the true like ballad form that it is.
If you wanna let me know, I am here. Reach a little by your side. Just touch me, dear. It's a language that
something I really like about this song as well.
Let me know to dry my tears.
Not that bit. Well, I do love that bit, but we recorded this vocal like in the rain. It was raining in here, and we were debating not recording that day. And then we were like, wait, no, this is it's an emotional, personal song. Like the rain's gonna add some cool stuff. My starting point of this song was that I wanted to keep it just voice and piano, mainly because that's how I wrote it. And I think a lot of people when they're writing and producing stuff, particularly producing and recording, they get so lost in the recording process that they forget about where the song started, what it means and what the story is actually about. And for me, this is one of those songs that really feels like I was sat on my own, completely speaking like how I felt. And by adding a band and adding production, I mean, yeah, it will sound nice, but I think it will remove the emotion. So I was really insistent on having just piano and vocals. Now, I was initially going to sing this song because I thought I was the only person that could be able to quite literally feel the emotions of the song. And my friend Lewis Canner, like I was saying, he really connected with it. So there was the starting point. It was piano and vocals. And I was quite aware that by the second verse, would the song be interesting enough? And if I'm not going to add anything else, how can I make it still interesting enough for the listener and keep them like hooked? So something else happens and something else happens, and that's how you keep people hooked. If you keep something the same, I think no matter how good the singer is or the performance, if something is just the same all the way through, I really don't believe people stick around. Now, I was looking at what we already had, which was piano and it was vocals. I wanted to just use those elements, and I was trying to think of effects and things that I could do to those things. I tried adding delays so that it repeated certain words every now and then, and I tried adding certain reverbs and messing around with the actual waveforms, and nothing was really clicking until I used this, my favorite plugin, this plugin called VocalSynth. Now, this plugin I actually rent from Splice for £7 a month. This isn't an advert, I just really love that you can rent effects and programs rather than having to spend or save up and spend £300 at a time, which is the value of this particular plugin. I spend £7 a month, and the amount of music I make with it makes it completely worth £7 a month. If anything, I make my money back within the first song that I will do for somebody else. Now, with just the vocal soloed and this effect, I played in the notes into the piano. Like I literally played through the song and played along with it on piano, and it recorded all the notes that I'd played and then made Lewis's voice sing those notes. Not only that, you can have crazy effects on this, which I'm going to open up the plugin in a minute and show you very quickly. But the idea for using this plugin for me on this vocal was that it could make it sound like there was more voices and maybe more richness to his voice without it sounding like a choir. And it sounds more like an effect. Take a listen.
'Cause it's hard to be the man that you need, in the man that I try in my heart to be, and I don't know if I should take the fall.
It's cool. It's super subtle, super low. It's not mixed yet, this song, so I'm going to bring it out more and make it more sort of like in your face. For my days, I got to the end and I listened to it.
And I don't know if I should take a fall, 'cause I'm not the kind of guy to risk it all.
It just sounds stunning. And the thing that I love about it is that all stems from Lewis's initial vocal. All I've done is play around with the two elements that I wanted to keep, piano and vocal. Now for me, this tiny little tweak, this tiny little effect has added so much more to this song. It comes in on the second verse, so it means that there's a slight variant, there's something else going on that's keeping the listener interested. A listener, I believe, will always listen for a song until the end of the chorus to make their judgment on whether or not they really like the song. If they've listened to the end of the chorus, they obviously like the song, but whether or not they're going to stick around longer than the chorus is your job as a songwriter to make that happen. And for me, adding this extra element into the second verse, I hope will keep people interested and it will keep them going because they just feel like more's going to happen. The song is sounding super beautiful now. I really am looking forward to showing it to you. I hope this was inspirational in some way to something that you guys are doing, something that you guys are working on. I'd be super interested to know if you're not even a musician and you're watching this video, and if you're finding it's helping inspire in some way, shape or form, and what exactly that is. So leave a comment if you are, and let me know exactly what you want to know about specific songs for the next 2 weeks. Can you believe we've got 3 weeks? We've only got 3 weeks left of this album tour and then we're done. So if there's anything you specifically want to know about the songs, now is the time to ask for it, and I can make the videos for the next couple of weeks. Other than that, me and my Bison Beach Bar mug, we're going to go get hydrated. I hope you've had a really good Wednesday. I hope you've had a really good week, and I look forward to seeing you in next week's video. Guys, thank you for watching. Stay safe, look after each other, and remember, never stop creating.
And I feel like it's a lie. I can't bring myself to drive from me to yours.